The following program is a Nighthawk Network presentation.
Happy holidays to everybody. It's time once again on Wednesday to talk sports on that show called the Guru Sports Session. You don't know what that is? Look, it's right there for you to look at. See what I'm saying? And of course, we can't have the Guru Sports Session without, let's see, me, y'all, and that dude right there. That dude, the Guru himself, Hugh Lee. What's happening, Hugh?
What's good, E-Man? What's good,
Not
man?
a damn thing. You know ain't nothing good today, bruh. Only thing good is the sports. So we're going to talk about it, and maybe we'll feel better.
All right. I want to start off with it's not a surprise to me that UConn is still number one in the poll. I was surprised that
Lady Huskies, baby.
they had Texas with 8 votes. I was like, do you really feel like that was being disrespectful? That's one of the questions I wanted to ask, because we kind of figured they was going to be number one, but we kind of figured too that it's not going to be anonymous most times, or it's just like everybody's going to vote for them. You're going to give certain votes from certain other teams. And right now, I think that until you can beat UConn and prove you can beat them, they should continue to stay number one.
All right. Now, you got the list there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Break down the top 10 for everybody right quick.
Let me get that list right back together. The phone went black on you, boy. Because I definitely wasn't really too much complaining about the list, too, because I feel like the list is the list for the most part. I want to start off, and I want to say, of course, when it comes to the rankings, you got the number one is, of course, the Lady Huskies.
Yeah, baby.
2 is Texas Longhorns, and then you have 3 with South Carolina, 4 UCLA, 5 LSU. Then you have Michigan Wolverines at number 6, Maryland number 7. They had a pretty good contest. Well, actually,
stop right there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling y'all now, out of them 7 teams you just named, one of them is your national champion. One of those 7 teams is your national champion. The only way that does not happen is we get a slew of injuries for them 7 teams. And here's the thing. The reason why UConn is number one right now is because, 1, undefeated. 2, they have the longest active winning streak in the country for a Division I school. 3, they are probably the healthiest they have been all decade, okay? All decade. They run a good 10, 11 deep. They got people that don't even dress. That's something that has rarely happened at UConn these last few years, okay? They got bigs, they got littles, they can play whatever style you want to play. They can play it in the post, they can put it any way you can handle. Freakily. You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember that song. Anyway, yeah, they got it like that. Now, Texas, they did get both. Reason being, they played just as tough a schedule as UConn so far.
They have. With all the other SEC teams not really playing nobody, they've been in deep competition, so I agree.
Absolutely. So that's why a couple people, probably people down south in the SEC, saw it that way. But in the end, it matters not. If UConn continues to win, and it's only probably a couple teams that really going to have any true say-so on that unless UConn bump their head one game, they will be number one up until that time, okay? Keep in mind, look at the one thing that hurts UConn, the Big East, the conference they play in, horrible this year. A lot of new coaches, a lot of second-year coaches, a lot of transfer portal people.
Yeah.
So some of these scores you're going to see out of UConn in the next few weeks, yeah, not so much. But keep in mind, they do mix in some folks in between, so they will be playing the Tennessee. That should be a damn good game. And I do believe they got another top 10 team they play in there somewhere down the line. But for the most part, they should be rolling over folks. On
Definitely.
the other hand, again, going back to the list, you got your South Carolina, you got your LSU. At some point, they play each other. That's going because somebody got to win that one, somebody got to lose that one, okay? And understand LSU, yeah, they've been scoring like a mofo. But guess what? They ain't playing no damn body.
Not at all.
They about to. Because the SEC ain't no show.
Yeah, you got Oklahoma and all them people in the mix too, man. SEC, when they merged some of those teams and they left some of them conferences, yeah, it's gonna be pretty interesting. That's why I feel like they playing all these like lightweight teams, but when it gets into the SEC, I think it's gonna get pretty decent. But one thing I do like too, not only that is being said, but you have the Big Ten, man, who got stiff competition too, man. I think they're just as
Absolutely.
stiff as SEC right now when you look at it right now.
Right. That's why look out for Maryland and Michigan. Both very good teams. Again, same as you see how Michigan played UConn. You see they can hang with the big dogs.
Absolutely.
Maryland is the same way. So I'm definitely looking forward to when those two teams play each other. But also in the Big Ten, you got Penn State. You got Michigan State that's ranked in the top 25. You got Iowa that's playing very well. A lot of good teams in the Big Ten as well. Not to mention UCLA and USC, of course. So, yeah, the real gritty part of the season really gets started after the holiday.
And Lauren Bessel, little sister, played the other day, man. It wasn't for long,
Finally.
but it was just pretty good that she finally got a chance to get in and start to play.
Yep. And that's just only going to make that team that's pretty good without her that much better.
Hey, man, did you hear about all the crooks, man? That kind of slid, low key. I didn't know on December the 10th she didn't play due to an injury, and they didn't say what the injury was about, man.
Have
But
not.
she came, but she'll be back Sunday. But man, I wanted to know. It really didn't matter because they still won that game. But do you have? Is that a concern to you for them to not have that or
It's
be more like
only a concern if it's obviously a lower body injury because,
okay?
as we'll talk about later on in the show, these lower body injuries been happening way too often in
Yeah,
these
we was
sports
talking
lately.
about that just recently, man. Because I was starting to get mad on my show yesterday, but I had to kind of
Mhm.
calm it down because I wanted to talk more about it and discuss it today. Hannah
Right.
Stokey, man. She's been a big fan of. We've been a big fan of her for her looks, and she actually can hoop. Let's be honest, man. 31 points, man. She had 6 rebounds, 3 steals, and 2 assists in 27 minutes, man. Do you think that they should give her a little bit more playing time right now, or just let them go with the flow because they have been playing pretty good as of late?
I think what it boils down to is if you've been watching Iowa as we have in the last few years, you'll notice that Hannah tends to ramp up as the season goes on.
Yeah,
Early on, she kind of I
kind
won't
of
say
go through the
dog it so much, but
motions.
she kind of go through the motions more. But it seemed to be that one time when they put her in the office, like, look, if you want some time, you better handle biz. And she'll be like, all right, here we go. I mean, it's just crazy. Keep in mind, Hannah Stokey Jr. So, yes, she will be in that tremendous draft class next year, as in the 2027 draft, where you name it, they in there.
Good
And,
draft.
and we've been advertising it as one of the best pro drafts of all time because it will be. Yeah, she is just one of many names. I mean, if not for other folks in the country, you probably would hear her more often.
A lot more often, to be honest with
Mhm.
you, because we
Yes.
know about her because, and it's cool too that the fact that we found out about some players just because we already knew about Caitlin Clark, but we ran into her. And then I was telling you about my homegirl now. I forgot what squad she play on now, man. She Golden State, Kate, you know what I'm saying? It was a lot of
Yeah.
good people
Hey,
over
Mark.
there. And you see Kate Martin and a lot of those players. And that's how we knew them, just for, looking at Caitlin Clark. But then, we ran into some gems over there, man, especially with Hannah Stokey, man. I definitely wish them the best. And not against us, of course, but it's gonna be a really competitive season in the Big
Right.
Ten.
And as I remember, actually, Iowa does play UConn as well. So that's going to be an interesting game also.
Question, man. Juju Watkins, she maximizing her workout loads, man. We already know with her in the ACL rehab, she ain't gonna be back till probably next season. I want to know. And then you said they had a number one recruit coming in, and they already got Jazzy Davison over there, man. Do
Who
you
was
think
also a top recruit. Yes.
that's going to be one of the teams to be reckoned with? And when she come back, because I still want to see how, even when she do come back, how they measure up against this Michigan team, man. It seems like Michigan's really on a whole nother level in basketball. We don't want to talk about what's going on in football. We'll leave that for another day. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm definitely happy and proud about the way they've been playing in basketball as of late.
Yep, and like I said, that's just the women. The men's squad even better right now.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get to that in a minute. But long story short is we got some good games coming up during the holidays. But January, if you haven't been tuned into the basketball, that's definitely the time to tune in. A lot of those SEC and Big Ten games will be on Fox and ABC and the like. So even if you don't have cable, you'll be able to check them on that.
Last year,
Peacock.
it was so fun last year watching it on regular TV, man, and
Yes.
having some of them games like the USC versus UConn matchup. It was a lot of good matchups going on, man. And yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely a good time to be watching basketball, man.
Right.
Because
Matter of fact, there's games. I believe I want to say Iowa actually plays UConn on Saturday. I want to say
okay,
that will be on Fox if I'm correct. I'll look it up.
I'm about to check that right now. You just
All
to
right.
make
So
sure.
while he looks that up, yeah, like I said, it's several teams, several players to check out. People we mention all the time, like McMillan for Penn State, for example.
Oh yeah,
You of course got our girl over there at LSU, the one and only. Tell them about your girl, man.
Malaysia Fawali, man. That's my homegirl, man. I love her.
Must see
I love
TV.
her game, man. She on a whole nother level when it comes to skill play. That's why I want to see her and like a Kaomi Miller play each other, man. You know, that'd be good, entertaining TV.
Right. And then, of course, let's not forget about TCU and Olivia Miles.
Oh, man, she been
She's
doing
been playing so good. Some people saying Smurf, everybody else, make her the number one pick.
Yeah, she's been looking really good, man. And she stepped her game up. I guess she felt like she wanted to do that so she could get more of the spotlight. Because, we already figured what happened with her and Hannah Hidalgo. And she basically felt like she was taking the back seat. And now she's making, like you said, she's making the case to be number one overall, man, especially a team who's looking for a guard right now. She definitely excelled by being in the spotlight by herself. In the way she helped elevate their game, man. Because you see how well she's been playing, the assist ratio, the scoring. She could do it all. But at the same time, she's not a selfish player. So that's what make her good. Because Hannah Hidalgo, it's like she really had to get off in Notre Dame and she was like hot whenever you feed her. If she has a tempo, she's going to stay with the tempo and push the ball, and she's going to take her shots. But Olivia Miles is a better distributor over there in TCU, and she definitely improved their gameplay.
And understand, TCU probably would have been a pretty decent team without Olivia Miles.
Mhm.
But with her, it just enhances what they got going. I mean, the last couple of years, you got to give credit to the TCU coaching staff. They have definitely changed that program big time.
Yeah, they definitely did, man. But Haley Van Lith going over there and just other people deciding to go to teams like that to where it's not flashy teams, but the teams are skillful, man. So, yeah, then we got a lot of people who left in the transfer portal as well and went over there with her too, man. So, yeah, that team definitely has something good going on over there.
Right.
Yes, you was right. It's going to be two really good games come on, man. It's going to be at like 11 a.m. Number 16 Louisville versus number 17 Tennessee. So that's going to be a good one. That's come on early.
Like I said, if you like a high pace, up and down type of game, that's probably what you're going to get with that Louisville, Tennessee.
And then you had the Iowa and UConn game at 1:30. So yeah, it's going to be a good game Saturday.
Somebody to keep an eye on that has not been talked about enough, but starting to come into her own over there is this kid Bianca. Okay, she comes from a foreign country. I can't think Ecuador. Yeah, she's from Ecuador. She's playing for UConn. She's pretty much like the first person they bring off the bench now. Tremendous player, about 6'2", can shoot it from the outside. Great defender. Definitely look to see her do her thing on Saturday.
Man, I want to talk about too, man. Like out of all the teams right now, this was going to be definitely a question. Out of at least the top five, but we'll say the top seven and where we stopped at. Who do you think will have a better chance if they face UConn to be able to get them a run for their money?
I gotta go with LSU. They the best matchup for them right now because basically they Outside of probably the bigs, they do have bigs at LSU, but I don't think they're quite as athletic as the bigs at UConn. But
But the
in terms
skill
of
players at the point guard.
defense and the skill players and the people that can score,
Yeah.
actually, I would say LSU, top to bottom, has more scorers because they have more people that can create their own shots for themselves, as opposed to UConn that has just a lot of shooters. But because the system is so ingrained into the UConn players, it's really hard to get them out of what they play.
Yeah. Because it's like when you can get them in their sweet spots and they'll execute, man. He kind of remind me of how, like, when Pat Ryder used to do different offenses, like the triangle offense and different things of that nature. He has his own style of offense and just the defense and the way they play and how they can smother you. Because not only they're good offensive team who can execute and is very disciplined, but their defense too, man. That's something he preached. I'm just glad that he's not working the players to death like he was before. That's how you can kind of tell. And I'm not trying to push him out right now, but you can tell he's probably on his last, about to bow out situation because he's a little bit more, as you see. Do you see that video you sent me when he was trying to check the players and make sure they miss shots, how he played? When did you see that before? Have you been doing that before in the past?
No, I mean, because what he's learning is he's adapting with the game. Much like when you look at a Tom Izzo, how he kind of had to adapt how he taught the game in order to keep the best. Because right now, Michigan State look really good. I mean, if not for playing some of the better teams of the country, they'd probably be top 3 right now.
Hey, man, I'm going to get into that too, man, about it. Well, might as well get into it now, man, while we mention it, man. MSU, Tom Izzo get a raise, man, and he the highest paid coach in the Big Ten. I think he should be the highest paid coach, period, in college right now. And
I cannot argue that point. His results speak for themselves. Granted, only one national championship, but look at how many Final Fours. Look at how many Sweet 16s he's done over the years. Look at how many people he sent to the pros. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
like that's a good
Tom
job.
Izzo is a Hall of Famer and deservedly so.
He could easily got more money. We've talked about that before. We've seen documentaries where they were saying they would have gave him a lot more money if he left, but he just loved the game, man. And I just feel like he's not in it just to, go in out there and to get the money. He's out there to teach kids, man, and to make an impact in their lives, man. Because he's like one of them coaches. When you get a guy coming from Michigan State, if they stayed all their years and they go to the NBA, you're going to get those type of guys, man, where okay, I got him from Izzo, so I know he's going to be disciplined and he's going to be a sound player.
I mean, look at how many people have come back to support the program after they playing daily. I mean, you see Magic constantly at Michigan State.
Absolutely.
You see Steve Smith. You see Mateen Cleaves. You see Mo Peterson. You see Draymond Green when he ain't in season. You see them constantly supporting the program, man.
I ain't see that one dude. What was his name? Tony Banks? Hey, no, I ain't gonna take no jabs, man. That's enough Michigan State jabs, y'all. I promise.
Yeah, man.
Hey, man, what's up with that? And I want to ask you this because we talked about this several times before. I saw the score and I said, no, I don't think this is true. But then you showed it to me, and then I seen it again on my algorithm, man. The Del Sol, Nevada, man, beat Cheyenne, Nevada, 104-1. Is it still a code in sports, man? Like, do you really supposed to, like, I understand that you probably play your third, fourth, fifth string players or how many deep you are, but 104-1, man, that's a little too much, man. We've seen situations where people be so sensitive, man, that the teams that get fined and they do all types of stuff to try to punish these teams. But it seemed like you need to come a little bit more prepared because they just definitely seemed like 104-1. You definitely came and you wasn't prepared whatsoever. I think
I've learned a couple things about that. First of all, that team is a newly formed team, the team that had 1 point. And they did not have all of their players. Some illness type scenarios jumped off. But that being said, I don't blame the other team as we running it up. I mean, on the one hand, yeah, we winning, we want to win. They were at home, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't on the road, man. So you want to put on a good show. 2, no, they didn't even play the starters the whole game. And there was not a situation where there was just one person on the team that just showed out. Everybody else, everybody ate on that. So, now I do kind of feel some way about that One, because I feel like at that point the other team tapped out.
Yeah.
I mean, understand if you score 1 point in any game, high school, college, what that means you did not score any field goals whatsoever. Your only point came from the free throw line.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure they shot more than 2 free throws. So, again, it would be interesting to see how well that team plays the rest of the year. If they have another performance similar to that, I definitely don't see them scoring 1 again. But if you turn around in the next game, they got 8 or 6, that lets you know maybe that team ain't quite ready for league play. Y'all might want to consider tapping out on the season. You know what I'm saying?
Because with Del Sol, man, they had like
I mean,
50
good
steals.
team, Del Sol. They are undefeated and all that, but they shouldn't prove to be that good.
I ain't never heard of 50 steals in a game before. Never.
Relentlessly ridiculous. That lets you know the ball handling on that other squad is virtually non-existent. Okay.
That whole team just need to go
Yeah,
back.
like I said, a lot of developmental play going on that squad there that needs to go on. I mean, my question is this, if that team loses like that, and that's not even the first game of the season, and y'all done basically went to that point, is it time to fire coach?
Yeah, it's time because obviously they're not paying attention to nothing's clicking when it goes to practice because you got to put in preparation to do everything before you play a game. So it's like, it seemed like after that game, they definitely did give up on the coach. So I think they need to look at it.
I promise you, me and you ain't never coached a high school game in our lives. Can I assume that to be correct, sir?
Correct.
But I bet you I could make it to where that team would have had more than 1 point.
Yeah,
I promise you I would.
That's crazy work, man.
Big time.
Brown versus USC, they canceled the game because of the shooting, man. I know we get tired of hearing about this because every other week you tell me about the shooting, man. Hell, sometimes on a Sunday, even on a Monday, you hear about it, man. Good for them, man. But yeah, it's just starting to get out of hand, man, with that whole situation and just in general, man. Especially on the campuses and like in the high schools.
I'm glad that somebody is mindful of people and their feelings in regards to what's going on. Keep in mind, they're still trying to find that person that committed the shooting, which is part of why that game is canceled. Because who knows if they trying to come back around for another hit. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So, bottom line is we got to do better, y'all. This country is in a very bad space in terms of our empathy and sympathy with each other right now. Our compassion for one another. I mean, because like Q was saying earlier, Christmas don't even feel Christmassy enough. Not just for what we going through as people, but just how the world is
absolutely
with one another.
It's a struggle with the world.
It's a bad do out here right now.
Yeah, I definitely agree, man.
This place we call Americana. But yeah, I had no issue with that. They did the right thing.
I definitely felt like that was the best thing possible in that case, in the worst case scenario, man. Even when it comes to the men's basketball right now, man, I want to talk about the players, AJ Devansa, and then, Cameron Boozer, some of the guys that's out there. Man, I'm just surprised, though, man. Is rookie Cam Boozer the best player out there as far as talent-wise from his average and what he's averaging per game, as a scorer? Or better yet, let me rephrase it. Is he the best overall scorer right now as a rookie coming into college right now?
I would say he is one of them. I can't give him a definitive number one. Like I said, Devansa, keep in mind, he is more of a player that's looking to facilitate at times.
Mm-hmm.
There's the kid at Michigan, Ade Mara. Ade Mara is the transfer from Florida. He is 7'3", okay?
We always had
Kid
it
out of Spain. Keep in mind, they manage his minutes because they are mindful of the fact that at 7'3", people like that tend to get more leg injuries.
And they wear out faster, yeah, especially when you get tall.
But keep in mind, when he is in the lineup and playing, he is dominant in that post, okay? Could score with either hand, has the ability to come outside of the box and score from 10, 15, 20 feet. I do believe when all is said and done, he might be right up there with Boozer.
Yeah, because it's like, man, there's some good guys out there too who's been
Right. Not to mention the other kid they got at Michigan. I forget his name. Transfer they got from UAB. He a pretty good scorer in his own right at 6'9".
a guy who don't really get as much credit, man. He and I've been definitely looking at some games. You know how you laugh at me and you be like, you don't give a damn which football game on. You gonna watch it. But I was
Mhm.
watching Kansas State the other day, man. The kid on PJ Haggerty, man, he actually pretty good, man, when it comes to shooting the ball too, and been pretty consistent. It's been some guys out there who I
And
haven't really
that's the beauty of it. This year we got a lot of people. I mean, there's no truly dominant person like the Cooper Flag scenario last year.
yeah,
There's a lot of really good players all around the country.
yeah.
There's that guy Arizona that's playing very well. The kid from North Carolina, your guy. I
Yeah,
can't think
Caleb Williams, yeah,
he,
he's a monster.
he's playing well.
He kind of
You
remind
got
me
the
of
kid
Kevin
at, you
Garnett.
got the big guy at Purdue, 7'2". He's a good post scorer as well. You got that kid from Maryland. Michigan played Maryland the other night. He's
Mhm.
about 6'4". Yeah, he damn good
He put in
defender.
work. They had me scared that first half, man.
Right.
And then I
I
like the
mean,
kid from Alabama too, LeBaron Philin, is that's his name?
uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yep.
he pretty decent. Definitely surprised mentioning them and like hoping right now too, but they've been pretty legit the last few years.
Right. You got Texas with a good squad. Florida, it's all around the country. Of course, Gonzaga as usual.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what let me
BYU,
know how
the
good
names
we
go on
was.
and on.
After we beat the brakes off them, that's how I knew we was the truth, man. Because you always hear how good Gonzaga is, man. We love
Right.
Chet Holmgren.
UConn got another good team this year.
Oh,
On the
absolutely.
inside.
That was a
The
good game
kid
between them and
Kerrigan, I
BYU.
think his name is. He about 6'11". He's a pretty good big. You know, the kid Ball that plays for them. It's a lot of good play. Like I said, definitely this is a good year for college basketball for the men and the women.
Yeah, especially I definitely can't wait to start getting to the point, like you said, in January when the games are on TV more, and
When
then
we get more conference
in
play, more rivalries,
February,
that type of
yeah.
stuff.
Once you get to the end of February, getting into March, you already know what time it be in March, man.
Absolutely.
All right, E man, I want to move on, man, and I want to talk about some other things now, man, and I want to get into like some of the college playoff games, because I want to briefly talk about Army Navy. Did you get a chance to catch any of that?
I would say three things that caught my eye. One, I like how now they're starting to let them stylize the uniforms
Oh man,
every
you
year,
see the
and,
Navy
and they are
helmets and
very
stuff?
much collectors items. Both Army and Navy had some awesome looking uniforms.
Yeah.
What was that? I think it was Navy, the helmets, the
The
silver. That
helmets was dope, man.
man.
That caught me. That caught my attention. That was
Because at
really
first
nice.
I thought I had tuned into something different. I thought I was watching the picture like, damn, look at these unis. Oh, that's sweet
Yeah,
as hell.
that helmet was one of the best ones I've seen, man. They knocked
Right.
on everybody's door with those helmets. The tradition too.
Absolutely. I mean, it's just in this day and age of NIL and portals and college football kind of changing the whole landscape, it's nice to have some of the traditional college
And that's
football to look
strictly
forward to.
traditional.
They
Them
don't get
guys
no traditional than Army Navy.
are
Where they
hard.
playing not for that, because remember, ain't no NIL deal in
Nah,
Army Navy. They playing straight up for the love of
and
each other
again,
and country.
what I like is they go out there and they always play hard nosed. And ain't never no blowout crazy victories. It's
Rare.
always close. And yeah, that was actually another good one, man. Because Army looked like they was gonna roll away with that game, and Navy came right back, man. But yeah, it was actually for the people who like high scoring, that wasn't for you. But yeah, it was
No.
usually a close,
Listen,
good
if you
game.
like your good gritty football, that was the game for you, buddy.
And the crazy part is after they do the games and stuff, man, they go back trying to protect our country. So yeah, man, that was
Absolutely.
a pretty good, solid game to me, in my opinion, man.
Yeah, so thank them for that game, and of course, thanks for their service.
Let's get into those college football playoffs now, man. The first game come up actually in a couple of days, man. And I feel like, and I ain't even trying to be funny when I say this, the teams are who on by. I don't think nobody gonna touch them anyway, man. But we gonna talk about it though. Alabama and Oklahoma once again, and this one, Alabama has a lot to lose, but what I'm looking at is too, I've been hearing things, man, and rumblings about Ty Simpson for the last 3, 4 games wasn't all there, man. I heard he got a messed up back. And, you could tell because how vanilla they played that time against Oklahoma, but is
Yes.
he still healthy enough to go out there and perform at a high level when we know now that the report come out that he have a bad back, man?
Well, remember, they're not the only one crippled, no pun intended, with the scenario. Oklahoma's quarterback, the man who, of course, had surgery on his hand, he still ain't been right since that. For all intents and purposes, that dude should have won the Heisman.
Yeah.
But once he got hurt, that changed their whole scenario.
Surprisingly enough, Oklahoma defense has been what's been the X factor.
Which is so rare because, since now they're in the SEC, I think they didn't learn because in the Big 12, their defense was atrocious.
They have Oklahoma by 1.5. I feel like it's their game to lose right now, man. I'm going to go with Oklahoma. And I'll take the 1.5 point.
If we're doing the predictions now, so be it. But no, I'm actually going with Bama. I understand that Oklahoma beat them earlier in the season, but that Alabama team and this Alabama team is two different teams, man. Mm-hmm. I feel like if the running back is healthy, because that's a key part of this scenario. If Alabama's running back is healthy and they can control the clock by running the football, I think that will be good enough to get the job done.
Okay. Then you have, we definitely going with the predictions on this one, just to let you know.
All right.
Number 10, Miami versus number 7, Texas A&M. Man, I'm surprised with this one. I don't know if you heard the show yesterday. Oh, yeah, you get your paper?
Yeah, but everybody get your picks out. We will post them up as we make them.
I'm going with Miami on this one, man. I just don't trust Texas A&M no more, bro. I'm going to be honest with you. But then no disrespect. I just think Miami got a lot of good offense going on, man. And if their defense can step up and Carson Beck play like we know he can, I'm going to go with the upset on the road. I'm going with Miami on that one.
Even though they got the quarterback, Marcel Reed, the man that you basically want to take over for Jared Goff, let you tell it on your show yesterday. Definitely check out the Google's perspective. I felt some type of way about that comment. But anyway, no. Is Texas A&M the best school in Texas? You know my answer to that. The answer is still no. Are they good enough to win this game? Absolutely. And I think they will.
I don't think
Miami gonna give them a little run, but I do believe when all is said and done, Texas A&M pulls it out, at least for one more week.
Number 11, Tulane versus number 6, Ole Miss. I definitely got Ole Miss victory. I got them a 17.5 point favor.
The only reason why I feel like this is an issue is because of what's going on in the Ole Miss situation. Bottom line, if our guy was still there coaching as he wanted to be, this was going to be a blowout and it wouldn't even be close. But because there may be some gunk in the works with that there, oh my.
I think they're going to take it out on Tulane.
Powerball tonight, $1.25 billion. Remember, people, you don't win $1.25 billion. Even if you take the extended periods, the 30 years, you still ain't gonna get $1 billion, 2.5. They tax a good part of that money. But if you do take the lump sum, you're only getting 520 and some change, okay? To start with. I mean, only a 520 million sound crazy to say together. And I kind of apologize for that. Should we slapped in the mouth for that there?
Shit.
Because I would take the 5.2 million right now, let alone 520 million. But again, that's before taxes, people.
Mm-hmm.
Before taxes. And speaking of which, little side note. Recently, Odell Beckham came into the news talking about, I just can't really get it done off 100 million. I can't really live like I want to. Dude, is you out your rabbit?
Yeah, he definitely is.
It was just insensitive for him to even make that comment, let alone if you honestly believe that.
100 million. You can't survive on that.
Million. More than 100 people would make in a lifetime. Okay? Just crazy work. But okay, back to the games at hand. Yeah, Tulane, thanks for participating. Here's your participation trophy. Better luck next year.
Even more funny a game. James Madison, number 12 versus.
All right, come on. The only reason why we got to bring this up because it is the playoffs and they are in it. Okay, congrats to them for making it this far. No way on God's green earth are they winning this game. If they win this game, I could see them making it to the final.
Not only am I going with Oregon, but I'm going over the 21 points they gave them.
And I'm surprised the spread is that. But that be like I said, if they beat Oregon, they could beat down there anybody in the country. I honestly believe that.
Definitely, man.
I think that has a potential. I mean, bottom line is there are a lot of in-between schools praying that Jay Mad shows up in this game. Because if they don't, in the years to come, you are far less likely to get a team like a James Madison or Tulane in the college playoff, even when they do eventually go to 16 or 24, because that is going to happen.
Man, I'm gonna be respectful. I'm gonna let people know that while we're not really talking too much about basketball, that NBA Cup was on. No disrespect, but I don't really feel too much of a happiness, and I don't even like talking about it. People were saying Charles Barkley was bitter when he said that it's a joke, and a lot of people agree with that, man. But one thing I did catch though, just in general, before all this NBA Cup, the kid from Atlanta, man, Atlanta Hawks, Jalen Johnson. I know you've been hearing about him, man. He's been putting up some really good stats, man. If I'm not mistaken, he had 5 games where he averaged a triple double, man. Do you think that when it comes to, because my man's supposed to be back now, Trae Young, do you think that it's time for them to make that decision and just go ahead and just keep all the other players and figure out what they're going to do for him and try to get
I
some
think
draft?
that will make it easier to make that decision if he's more consistent. Keep in mind, we got that kid on the Pistons squad, Jenkins, that basically, since everybody back healthy, not really playing as much. I think he actually is back down there playing for the Motor City crew. But if that dude can continue to ball out, that's going to make us think about what to do with Jaden Ivey. So,
That's what I've been thinking, because Jenkins been balling, man. That whole team's
absolutely.
been surprisingly playing well, and definitely the most improved player is my man Jalen Duren, man. Damn, remember he was only scoring 8-9 points. Now he averaging 20 and averaging a double 20, 10, rebounds.
And playing some very good defense on top of that. But
Yeah,
remember,
really
that
good
dude was a
defense.
top 15 pick coming out of college. So it
It's a
shouldn't become
starting.
that big a surprise. He
He's
played
starting
pretty
to
good
put
when
in
he was
work.
at Tennessee.
Definitely starting to put in work. That defense and just how ferocious they've been, man.
Right. It's crazy that the Pistons are actually the top seed right now.
Question 2, man. How did you feel about the game and how it ended with OKC and San Antonio? San Antonio coming, man. Pause.
Well. Maybe they will get some competition after all.
Because that was a really
Because
good game.
remember, people, you got Wembanyama coming off an injury, so that's why he was coming off the bench, and we still got that performance from that brother. Yeah, and then of course we still got the Harper kid they got over there. He looked good that game.
Looking good that game.
Right, they got some stuff to work with over there, man.
And Fox, you got
You might be looking at a
Castle.
potential Western Conference Finals match with them two.
Yeah, because I definitely like it.
And of course, they will play each other a few more times this year. I can definitely see them beat them again.
Very good competition that's been over there, man. And
Right, but make no mistake. Right now, it's definitely still OKC's championship to lose at this point.
absolutely. But I'm just really happy too. I'm surprised with how good the Lakers been playing, man. Luka and my man's Austin Reeves. And LeBron doesn't have to do as much. He could do enough for them to win. But like we said, before he even got hurt, man, I mean, before he even came back from his sciatica, they was executing. They was playing pretty good. Now he's integrated in the game and he's scoring. He do what he has to do. But, man, it seems like they're already preparing for life after him, man. And like we were saying, we still don't know what's going to go on with CP3. Do you think that it'd be best for LeBron to figure, hey, man, this might be my last year? But then I thought, too, remember we talked about this before, I don't think until he come out and say, this is it for me, I thought that he would probably do something like that more or less in a regular season at the beginning, which it still is close to the beginning. We want him to basically up and say it ahead of time, man. So like you said, man, he could get his flowers, man. And that's what I want to see him go out the way he want to go out versus how they doing CP3, man. That's still blasphemy.
I need to say nothing else. You said exactly what I would have said, exactly the way I would have said it. I completely agree with the whole statement.
All right, E man, we're gonna talk about some of them Week 15 games, man. We're gonna talk about the whole slate, the ones that matter.
Before we do that, let's go ahead and get our commercial break in because we running through it this week, y'all, and I ain't mad at it. This is the Guru Sports Session. That dude right there is the Guru. I'm just his good old homie E-Buck.
Stuff.
But it's all good. We will come back after these words from the Nighthawk Network. Please tell me you know the motto. After 5+ years, y'all should. What's the motto, Hugh? Nighthawk Network.
Nighthawk Network, our voices and our people.
Damn right. Hey, this is your boy E-Buck. And if you're looking for some great desserts, something sweet, something to treat yourself with, please check out my girl Caramel Sweets here in the Metro Detroit area. She can make desserts for your function, your event, or just for that special someone you want to give something nice to. So check her out. It's Caramel Sweets. You can find her on Facebook and Instagram. We appreciate you.
If you're building your dream from scratch, mic in one hand, hustle in the other, this one's for you. Road to Stardom Network and Nighthawk Network present a podcast for the indie by the indie, all genres, all grinds. From hip-hop to metal, jazz to trap, we're breaking boundaries. And it's not just artists. Entrepreneurs, creatives, and self-made bosses, we see you. We're giving you the spotlight. This ain't mainstream, this is your stream. Coming soon. Be ready.
Game on, watch me. Game on, watch me rise from the dirt to the clouds to the star-filled skies. Game on, I play to win, this is my house now, let the games begin. Game on, watch me rise from the dirt to the clouds to the star-filled skies. Game on, I play to win, this is my house now, let the games begin. They threw bricks, but I built me a palace. Sharp in my mind, turned pain into malice. I'm a wolf in the jungle, a lion in the night. Eyes like lasers, locked on the fight. I'm the echo that shakes through the hall. Every time I fall, I grow 10 feet tall. No chains, no walls can keep me bound. I'm the thunder that roars when no one's around. They said I
Tune in to Straight Sports Talk with Coach Vincent, Fridays at 8 p.m., sponsored by the Nighthawk Network Detroit. Nighthawk Network, our voices for our people.
Victories are firing, I'm the flame. Game on, watch me rise from the dirt to the clouds to the star-filled skies. Ain't nothing better when it's heaven sent. That's a grown-ass woman. Don't play with it, don't play with it.
Tune to Nighthawk Network Radio, your home for variety music, comedy skits, and the songs you remember and love.
You burned the toast again. That's my signature style.
We're streaming live around the...
All right, y'all. We are back. This is Guru Sports Session. That's the Guru right there, Hugh Lee. I'm E-Buck, and we done talked basketball. We done talked a little bit of college football. We done talked college basketball, women's college basketball. What's next, man?
We about to get into some of the games that happened on Week 15, and I appreciate it because when we talk about it now, we cut out the cancerous games, the games that we feel like is not relevant this time of year because there's a lot of
For example, if you expect us to talk about that debacle that was the Eagles and the Raiders, we ain't got nothing for you, man.
Oh, no, that's out of there, man. I definitely left that on purpose.
God awful. Get rid of the whole everything in Oakland, in L.A. Wherever they from, Vegas, they move around so damn much. Dang.
They damn near gave my man's Pete Carroll a G when they had grades. I said, yeah, man, it's time for him to, figure out something because out of all the coaches you fired, man, you need to be up out of there. But before we really get into these games, E-Man, I know you heard this rumbling going on. I had to holler at a couple of people and tell them if they wasn't aware just to let them know. What's going on with Kevin Stefanski, man? I didn't know too that prime time Deion Sanders was the one who, the lady who he's married to. That was her father, the one he poured that ice on when he was questioning him going and playing football and basketball.
I did not know that.
At first,
Rest in peace, Tim McCarver. I did not know
that
that.
caught me off guard. That's his that's his wife's people's.
That's a whole nother piece of the pie on that one. That's
definitely wanted to share that with you, man, just in case you didn't know. That caught me off guard myself, E. But check this, man. Did you hear about Shedeur Sanders had the wrong wristband, man, with the plays on it to that game?
I don't know. All I know is it seems like even though they have announced he will be the starter the rest of the year, it still seems like they're trying to sabotage that dude,
Absolutely, man. And Jerry
and
Jeudy
it's crazy because it seemed like in the ideal world, you let Shedeur cook. Whatever happens, happens. So if he wins or loses, it's all good. Because remember, they got 2 picks next year in the first round. You could choose to say, okay, well, we're going to keep you, but we're going to bring in another quarterback, and y'all go ahead and work that out amongst yourselves. Or we're going to be like, you know what? I think you're good for at least one more year. At least we ain't got to pay you that much because you're a fifth-round pick. Let's use these picks to bolster up the rest of the team, and then we'll figure out this quarterback thing a little later. But in the meanwhile, let's find a decent free agent. Shout out to her cousin. Ilk. And, in case you don't quite cut the mustard by week 3 or 4, we're going to slide him on in there,
I definitely wouldn't mind that, man.
But bottom line is Cleveland Browns organization is trash.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to get any better. Like Jerry Jeudy seemed like he helping sabotage the team. He been playing so bad.
No doubt.
Okay, E, man. I want to talk about that Thursday night game, man. Did you see the replay? Did you see what happened? That was a better game than what I thought it would be. I thought the Bucs was just going to run over them because they had a lot of people coming back healthy. But at the same time, man, the Falcons played pretty decent that game. The pass rush was on. You still got a banged up Baker Mayfield, but everybody banged up this time of season. But did you think that was the catch, though, man? Because we've been having problems with that all year, man. And I know I was talking to you, and I sent it to you on your phone on purpose, too, with Puka Nacua said some of these guys are not even really – most of the rest, I didn't know that wasn't their full-time job. A lot of them are lawyers and other things outside of it, so it don't –
And that wasn't supposed to be the case. At one time, they were going toward having full-time referees, but for whatever reason, they reverted back to this. So, yeah, I'm sure that has something to do with it. It does not help that the whole Las Vegas of it all definitely seems to come into play now. And then, of course, in the end, they got the general fix to most of these problems, but for whatever reason, they still managed to get it wrong. They have it now to where they automatically review certain plays in the booth, and they could call down like, no, y'all ain't do that right. That was that. But for whatever reason, they still managed to get a lot of these plays wrong every week. And, before last year, we was all saying, yeah, they cheating for the Chiefs. Now it seems like this year they cheating for everybody.
Everybody, man. They don't care, man. They just feel like they look at it and they say, man, hey, this game is going to the point where it's a little bit too uncomfortable with us. This team is not a big market team. We don't want them to win. Let's start switching some of these plays and calls up. Because, for instance, in that game, Kyle Pitts didn't have the touchdown, man. I feel like it was like a fourth down play or a third or fourth down play? He caught the ball, and when he landed, his backside and his elbow hit at the same time. And that should have automatically been out of bounds. But they called it a touchdown, which I was surprised. I know Todd Bowles wasn't too happy. And like you said, I've never seen Todd Bowles like that ever in my life.
Understand,
he was scary when he's pissed off, man. I never seen him like that before. So, yeah.
He wasn't just not happy with the officiating. He also just wasn't happy with his team's play in general.
Yeah, because they were up 4
like they tapped out in that fourth quarter.
Yeah, because they were up so big.
He don't play that.
No. So, yeah, I was disappointed in them, too, at this point. But at the same time, they got a gift because, we ain't going to talk about that game, but the Carolina Panthers did what the Carolina Panthers do. No disrespect, though, because the New Orleans Saints been beating teams that we thought they had no business, but it hit different when they play at home.
It also hits different when they play in division.
Absolutely. It seems that way.
Mm-hmm.
They match up well with a lot of them teams in their division. So on that part,
Absolutely.
the Bills and the Patriots game. Now, this is one where I looked at, and a lot of people were upset and saying the refs helped the Bills out in that game. I feel like at first, New England had the game and they had their foot on their throat. It seemed like they took off the gas and they wasn't as aggressive as they was in that first quarter, and that backfired on them.
I felt like everything was hunky-dory till halftime.
Mm-hmm.
And then at halftime, my man was like, oh, y'all got me messed up. He went back in the locker room. You know who I'm talking about, of course, the quarterback.
Josh Allen.
That's correct. And put on his S and his cape. And it was a whole new ball game when he came out in the second half. Y'all must have forgot who I am.
Absolutely. And when you think about it too, man, that's where I looked at that game and I was like, that's where the experience can take place, man, because we talked about it. We said if it was a snow game, it was definitely going to be Buffalo. But if it was like a game where it was fair weather, it could go any way. And at some point, it just got to the point where the momentum changed, man. And Drake May still had a chance to get them back and win that game in overtime, but he didn't. So, yeah, man, the Bills still got to fight for that division too, man. And I'm still kind of happy, even though I said New England was going to have a good season this year. But I'm glad because Bills is one of the teams that I felt like who can be in competition going to the Super Bowl. So I was right on both of those right now. But that 31-35 victory, man, I think it was just more or less like you said. They have the more talented team in New England. It's just I feel like Josh Allen wanted it more.
Like I said, they had the biggest factor. Because in the end, come down to a close game, you need that one or two players that can change the whole momentum. Josh Allen is him when it comes to stuff like that.
And my apology with the Falcons and the Bucks game. It was so messy. That final score was 29-28, and the Falcons pulled that one off. We're going to talk about the Lions versus the Rams game because I know a lot of people text me and they were pissed with that play when my man got the ball and then rolled into the end zone and they called it a touchdown, which it looked like that should have been a touchback, if anything. But
the two plays that they seem to get wrong the most this year is the whole pass interference thing and the whole completion of the catch. And you know, as Lions fans, we definitely feel some type of way whenever we see that. Absolutely. Because we here call it the Calvin Johnson rule with the completing of the catch.
Because a lot of people been pissed, man. And, you know, they asked me, and I'll be honest with them. I said, man, the way they're playing right now is making me nervous because they're very inconsistent. But at the same time, that game, it took the life out of the Lions at a certain point, man. And I just feel like we were right, Ian. It ain't like we should be ashamed of that. We thought that the Rams were the better team, and the better team won at this point. That's my opinion. What are your thoughts?
I don't blame that to inconsistency at all. They played a better team. And for once, the Rams actually had some good home momentum. I look in that crowd, you ain't see as many Lions fans as you thought you was going to see. Rams crowd actually showed up for that game. And that definitely helped in their momentum.
The one positive thing I got out of that, if the Lions can step up and play like that on a regular, that I was happy. But we don't ever see that consistency week in, week out.
And again, it's not about the consistency for me. It's the fact that defense is hurting.
Yeah.
Because in the end, 28 points will win you most NFL football games. Okay? The problem is we gave up the 40.
Yeah, because you know the person who I'm always seeing on or always getting cooked or on the toaster highlight is Amik Robinson, man. I think that one, and I ain't trying to be funny when I say this, I don't think that was a good draft pickup. I mean, free agent pickup, man.
Long story short, he could contend with certain players in the league, the JJs of the world. But when it comes to some of the better receivers outside of him, yeah, he get beat up pretty bad. I mean, they list him at 5'9". That brother ain't no damn 5'9".
Yeah, he probably about my height, maybe smaller.
He a good 5'7", I would agree. And he be getting baked and cooked like toaster pastry, no doubt. But he ain't the only one.
Yeah, and that final score was, I feel like it was too little too late for the comeback, but let's be honest, that final score was pretty much 24-41. That was just like a grace period touchdown they got.
Pretty much. I mean, like I said, that score would have won them most football games. All that being said, would not be surprised if the Lions went out. But again, because it's other scenarios that have to take place in order for them to make the playoffs, I don't like their chances of making it. And I need us as Lions fans to accept that and not judge. Because I know, like I said in previous shows, y'all about to jump off this bandwagon in droves. Same old Lions. They ain't about to do nothing.
Somebody put that in one of their comments too, man.
Feel that way? Get the on.
And I feel really bad what I'm about to say right now, man. They pretty much technically possibly had a Christmas gift though, man. With Micah Parsons being hurt, that was a Christmas gift, unfortunately.
And I don't even want to say that like that. I don't like the feel of how that sounds.
I didn't like it either. But let's be honest, man. Well, and he have those bad injuries, man. How long is it going? And those injuries are going to catch up with him. He's had injuries like that for a while now, man. He started.
But if you remember, good people, when this all started, he was injured before he even got traded. Remember the whole back situation? Now y'all like, man, he was kind of faking that because he wanted out of the. That was a legit injury, good people. He's been managing that. And again, when we get to this time of year, because Hugh has addressed that on his show with the whole turf and all of that, but you also got to remember this time of year when you got places like Green Bay and Chicago that actually do play on grass, that damn ground hard as foot when it get cold, okay?
Like ice. Remember, that's what caused my man's to ended up well, he was already on the crossroads of his career, but I don't know if you remember that game when it was so cold in Green Bay. I think it rained and then the turf came in the ice and somebody tackled Favre so hard, man, and when he fell and hit the ground, that ice was coming up off that turf. After that hit, that was lights out for that guy, man. So, and it wasn't even turf, my bad. It was grass that happened.
Right.
So, yeah.
I mean, like I said, it wouldn't even be right if Green Bay didn't play on a frozen tundra, but it probably ain't in their best interest. It's definitely not in the best interest of the league if they make the playoffs that some of them playoff games end up in Green Bay. Like I said, fortunately, this week around the country, the weather ain't going to be nearly as bad as it was this particular Sunday. But that being said, January, who knows what we get.
We're going to step into the Chargers versus Chiefs games, and that's another one I wanted to talk about when it comes to the turf, because when he tweaked his knee, I was like, man, they should have him out of the game now, man. But Patrick Mahomes, being the warrior he is, he wanted to continue. And then you seen him, man. I was like, when he fell to the ground, I was like, man, nobody was near him, man. A lot of times, man, most of them injuries happen that way too, because we seen with Micah Parsons, he was running, he grabbed that leg and just fell to the ground. And I'm looking like, okay, both of those are turf places too, man. And a lot of the players been going against that too, man. At least want to have better surfaces than what they've been having, because they look at it and feel like those turfs is cheap and then they're easier to maintain for them versus having a grass field. And so, yeah, it's been really hard to see that, man, because we had like so many bad injuries this year because of that too.
I mean, bottom line is ACL, MCL. Yes, he's already got surgery, but we're looking at a 9 to 12 month rehab. Think about Juju Watkins, for instance. She chose not to play at all. A lot more running goes on in basketball. I get that, but you can't beat Patrick Mahomes if you can't scramble. Plain and simple.
Absolutely.
Part of why everybody say, yeah, I'd rather have Patrick Mahomes than any other quarterback in the NFL is because not only his creativity and his arm strength and his different arm angles, but because he can scramble and make something out of nothing. Without his ability to do that, particularly with the O-line that's just not quite up to snuff, I hate to tell y'all this family, and I mean my actual family, but y'all dynasty is over. It's over because in an ideal world, you should not play Patrick Mahomes until he is fully 100% healthy and you can protect him or he can protect himself. At that point, I'm looking at mid-season next year at the worst. 2, Travis Kelce. I'm sitting here watching him talk about his podcast. I see his face. He's done, y'all. This is it.
And then you got, like you said, Andy Reid. He getting up there, man, and it's about.
I also think will be done. I can see him coming back for one more year, but after that, Andy's done.
I don't see him being back after next year.
And the bad part about it all is simply this: when you look at, okay, well, we could just go get this person, that person, second highest salary cap in the league outside of the Dallas Cowboys, Kansas City Chiefs. Quarterback makes second most money in the league outside of Dak Prescott. They don't have the money to do these things, people. Even with Travis Kelce off the books, that still ain't gonna free up enough money to make things work. Okay.
Check this out too, E. You know, somebody said that they feel like ever since Eric Bieniemy left that they haven't been the same creativity wise. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that's BS because in the end, he was not the mastermind of that offense.
You know that. So that's why I was thinking, like, man, are you just really trying to give this man credit? Because when he went to Washington, he wasn't all that, you know.
Right, because and he offensive coordinator, UCLA, one of them schools.
And they ain't
is, you don't hear his name because wherever he at, they ain't doing that much.
Yeah, and it was an ugly score in that game, too. That final score was like 16-13.
It matters not because Chiefs are done, and it's crazy when you think about the fact that they've been to 5 of the last 6 Super Bowls. They done won 9 consecutive AFC championship games. I mean, they at least been in them. So, I mean, it's crazy to think what they have accomplished, and most teams would be happy with that. You know what I'm saying? If we could sit here and be like, yeah, our Lions have been to 5 of the last 6 Super Bowls, but we ain't making the playoffs this year, I ain't even tripping. I ain't even mad. We'll take half of that and be happy.
Because think about Kansas City 6-8. They ain't even make the playoffs, man. They're already, and the season's not over with. They still have a fighting chance with a little help with the Lions.
It ain't happening. It ain't happening. I ain't even trying to give you no false hope like that. It ain't happening.
I'm glad you mentioned that. Because you know, in the season over, I'm going to do my review at the end, man. I'm not saying I told you so, but that grade I gave their draft, and I still stand by that. That D. Well, I'm not going to say nothing else. I just leave it at that.
Yeah, I didn't pick them to win the Super Bowl, did I?
No. But I didn't think that draft was good.
Didn't go to the Super Bowl, did I? No, I did not.
But that draft was kind of suspect, too. It's starting to seem like it's a little bit more arrogance in these drafts.
Well, keep in mind, they'll have better picks to work with next year because they'll have higher draft picks. They'll be higher in the draft. So, hey. And they will need those picks.
Absolutely. Every one of them. Don't give up nothing. We're going to talk about that Packers and Broncos game. Now, I told you this was going to be, it was going to hit different being in Denver. I kind of felt like that was going to play a little bit into this, but I was a little bit more shocked than usual on how they put up them points, man. Bo Nix stepped up in that game. Courtland and Sutton stepped up. The guys who should step up. But we seen they've been kind of MIA lately, man. They stepped up for that game, though. And not only that, but my man Patrick Surtain got down. The defense played like we thought that they would. But the unfortunate part about it, man, the comeback came a little too short. Like we said, that's when Makai ended up getting injured. But I think, and not trying to be funny, before he even got injured, that game was over with.
I believe in Joe Hendrick. I don't believe in the Broncos. Sorry. I just can't. Can't. I don't know if it's just my body. I don't know if it's because I still feel some type of way of how they did my man's Russell Wilson. Yeah. I don't know if it's just because I just not feeling shine after all that stuff he went into Denver talking about the lab. I just don't care for him the same anymore.
And you know, I never felt shine, man. I think more or less, E, like you said, man. But the thing is, what I've noticed is the offense not so much, man. That defense is what I respect. Mm-hmm. And I believe that that's the one reason why they're doing what they're doing. Because without that defense, or if that defense was like a regular okey-doke C-B defense, they wouldn't be in the position they're in right now. A lot of it goes to that defense and some of the free agency moves they made.
I mean, because it's crazy because right now, based on the fact that Buffalo gonna make it to playoffs, and Patriots is in, Broncos. And Denver is in. Mm-hmm. After that, we probably got San Diego. Well, they always gonna be San Diego. I'm sorry, but the LA Chargers. I mean, I don't know who's winning. out the AFC. I honestly don't.
I think the best bet, is like you said, this is like the most toss-up season ever for that.
Absolutely. I mean, because even the NFC,
who win.
right? If you put a gun in my head, I would say the Rams, but I ain't 100% feeling that pick.
Because I wouldn't even be surprised if the Jaguars won it, because a lot
Would
of
not
people
be.
sleep on those dudes, man. You notice how good that defense been playing, man? And not only that, but Trevor Lawrence, man, he really, after that one really bad game he had when we was questioning him, like, man, he played the game of his life against Kansas City. And then he laid that egg. He's been consistent ever since, man. And I think one of the best things they did was just basically get, what was that kid name who was with the Raiders and the receiver? I forgot my man's name.
You talking about right?
Huh?
You talking about Thomas?
No, the kid who was on with the Patriots at one point, and he went over to Jacksonville. Huh?
You talking about Myers?
Yep. Myers, man. He's been over there helping out big too, man, because when people try to double team Brian Thomas, he's wide open now, man. So it's been, but we got to give credit where credit's due. And let's be honest, Trevor Etienne had the best year I feel like he's had as a pro right now this year. So yeah, I definitely believe.
And it's crazy because they're doing all this. Just think of what it could have been if Travis Hunter was still healthy, and they actually made a decision. Look, man, you ain't no DP. You a receiver, bro. Just play receiver.
Because I think he's better at receiver.
When he does come back next year, that's what you do. If you don't like it, bro, then we'll trade you. But no, you going to play one thing, period. You're too little in the age.
All right, E-Man, let me know when you're ready because we about to do the week 16 predictions too, man, in the NFL.
All right, good people. One more time for your man. It's time for the NFL predictions. Get your paper out. Shout out to our people's road and of course Coach B. And it was a couple other people that chimed in with their picks. Like, yeah, I think Queen made some picks last week too. Come on with it, y'all. Y'all got y'all picks. We'll throw them up on the screen as we pick them.
All right,
let's go.
The Rams and Seahawks. I'm taking the Seahawks at home with a 1.5 favor because.
Oh no.
Hear me out, E. Devontae Adams out this week.
I don't give a damn.
And Puka Nacua is a game time decision. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Seattle at home. No, did you hear about those two injuries?
No. Yeah. I knew about Devontae, but no, I ain't know Puka.
Puka, well,
you know what? Damn that. They still winning.
He possibly might play. But, yeah, I'm going to get advantage of Seahawks on this one. I'm going to go with Seattle.
Again, I believe in Joe Hendrick. I don't believe in Sam Darnold. Not at all. Because, he playing good. Yeah. But when it comes to the real big games, yeah, remember last year when he played them line?
And then when the defense got on him, this year with the Rams, man, he choked, man.
I see demons.
He starts seeing them ghosts.
I got the Rams. Miles Matthews still healthy. It's happening.
The Eagles and the Commanders, already. But Tommy, I'm going to take the Eagles.
Already tapped out.
I'm going to take that 6.5.
The crazy part is the Eagles get to play them in another week or two. So that's two quick ones for the Eagles. That gets them.
Green Bay Packers and the Bears. I'm going with the Bears at the crib, man. I'm going to take that 1.5.
I understand. I think in Chicago that day it's going to be about 30. Bang. Going to be cold like a couple weeks ago. And, yeah, you see how that game ended, and them two teams don't like each other. That should be an interesting watch.
And they don't got that
elephant. And it's a Saturday game on top of that. Yeah, I'm going with the Packers.
Patriots, Ravens. They got the Ravens by 3 at home. I'm going with New England. I give New England the 3 points.
I'm sorry. The Ravens going to pull this out. Mm-hmm. Because they need it. They need it more than the Patriots need it.
Steelers versus the Detroit Lions. The Lions are at home. It's the 4:25 game. I'm going to go with Detroit, but I'm going to go under the 7 because that defense is trash and I don't trust them.
Here's the interesting thing, people. There will be a nice amount of Steeler fans in the building. Steeler fans travel very well when it comes to places like Detroit, Cincinnati, Cleveland. So, yeah, don't be surprised if you see the terrible towels in the building. In the end, it ain't going to be enough to help them. Aaron, he too old, bro. And you actually gonna see the Lions defense play pretty decent, I think, against them Steelers. And keep in mind, TJ Watt, I don't think he's gonna play that game. And if he does, he ain't 100%. That fares well for my Lions. I'm going with my Lions.
That was nasty, that injury he had on that game, man. But the crazy part is, too, when you see that game, man, the Dolphins had plenty of opportunity. They just gave up, man. So, yeah, that's why your boy Tua is benched right now. Quinn Ewers is the starter. You know, I had to throw that in.
But, yeah, I think this is actually going to be a good game for the Lions to run the ball also. So we can get my mans back on track.
And then you got some of the games that we going to talk about as far as predictions, but we ain't going to talk about next week. The Jets and the Saints, I'm going to go with the Saints. I'm going to take them in 4.5.
Next.
Bills and Browns, Bills next. Chiefs, Titans, Chiefs next. Okay.
Whoa. Not so fast, my friend.
You think the Titans go in? Who is the Chiefs' backup quarterback, man?
Uncle Rico.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Chiefs. I'm going to go with Rico. You know I ain't going to say no on Uncle Rico. I'm going with him. Come on.
I kind of got to go with the Chiefs, but I do think the Titans make it interesting since it's at their crib.
I think, man, the Dallas going to still play in this game, but they play the Chargers, unfortunately. I'm going to go with the Chargers, and I'm going to get them to 2.5 points on the road.
I give Dallas pulling this one out.
Okay. I'm not even mad because, you know, the Chargers, man, are very inconsistent themselves, bro.
Bottom line, I think Perkins is going to step his game up because he got to after that last debacle.
Vikings and Giants, I'm going to go with the Giants in this one, and I'm going to take them by 3. That's going to be another game. I think the Jackson Dart going to show out.
Okay, I am going with the Vikings. I do believe in Joe Hendrick, and I kind of believe in JJ.
Okay, Buccaneers and Panthers, I'm going to go with the Bucks, man. And it's crazy because I'm saying that right now, but the Panthers might put the beating on them, man. So, but I'm going to go with the Bucks. But the Bucks be very inconsistent themselves now, man, especially that last.
They are the model for inconsistency.
Ain't no way they should have lost that.
They the real Jekyll and Hyde team in the league, no doubt. That being said, they winning next week.
I'll take them by 3 points because I don't think Bowles going to be playing with them. Bengals and Dolphins, I'll go with Cincinnati in the 3.5.
Well, they say Joe Burrow ain't been having fun playing football. He will this week.
Man, you're going to like this one, bro. I think we both going to pick the same on this one, too. Even though it's a road game, the Jaguars versus the Broncos, I got the Jags in this one.
I, too, have them Jags. But you know I love that dude, Etienne. You know I love that dude.
They just been on a whole nother level, man. Liam Cohen really stepped up his game. I think that's the best decision he made because they wanted to pay him the money to stay, to be an offensive coordinator, but he ended up leaving. And when he did that, that was the best thing he did, in my opinion. Oh, that's another rough one, man. The Falcons and the Cardinals, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go with the Falcons on this one.
Yeah, I got the Falcons. The Cardinals, they didn't tap out.
Thank God I thought that this was the Monday game, but the Raiders and Texans, I'm going to go with the Texans, and it's the highest point spread of them all, the 14.5. And it's time to get rid of Pete Carroll and that regime, man. I don't know what's going on over there, but it's bad. From Geno on down, man. They just need to just hit the reset button.
The Raiders ain't winning no more this season, period. And that's going to be on purpose.
First overall draft.
This is a straight tank job.
Okay, man, the Monday night game, because they scared me for a minute, man. 49ers versus the Colts, man. I'm going to go with the 49ers on the road, and I'll get them the 6.5 point favor.
I got to go with them, but y'all know, I want to see the old man do it, man.
Yeah,
I want to see that brother again.
He wasn't the reason they lost that last game either, because we thought it was going to be ugly for him, man. But they actually played pretty good. It took a field goal to beat them, man, at the last minute. But that was a pretty good competitive game, man. So, yeah, I give credit where credit's due. But the one thing is, though, I've been noticing, and they said this about Jahmyr Gibbs, if you can stop him, then you can stop the team, from as far as winning. the same thing I say for the Colts, man. If you could stop my man Jonathan Taylor, you can stop them, man. But I actually think they're going to cook this game, and it's going to be closer than what they give credit. But I'm still going with the 49ers because this is a fact that for me that when they let go a lot of players or a lot of players win free agency, their development, man, they still stay consistent on offense and defense, man. So yeah, I definitely give credit where credit's due at San Fran because if you told me they was going to be 10-4 this year, yeah, I'd have laughed at you.
49ers. He said it all.
Well, that's all for me, man. Anything else you want to throw in, brother?
Oh yeah, we got to talk about a couple things that I hate that you did not put in the mix.
Okay.
First of all, shout out to my man's Terrence Bud Crawford, who has decided that he is going to call it a career. And I am very happy for that young man. He has done a great job as an ambassador of the sport. One of the best boxers pound for pound of all time. I love this decision by him. He is 42-0. He has won several division championships. He has won the money. He has not a damn thing to prove to me.
Definitely after the Canelo fight, man. I thought that that's where it was going to possibly end, but at the same time, too, I think that he wasn't too happy to the way they handled that with his belt. But I felt like he had that on his mind for a while now, especially after the Canelo fight, because it wasn't even really as close as people said it was going to be. And he went up in all those weight classes, man. Like you said, what else does he really have to prove right now in boxing, man? I think
people throwing names like Benavidez and Ellis and all that. He don't need to fight none of them folks. Not at all. Bottom line is, yeah, this boxing, y'all know what it is.
Yeah.
He retired for 9. Okay?
The money right here, definitely, reconsider.
But I'm hoping he wanted them to say, I don't give a smurf about the money. I'm good.
Yeah.
Man, he still live in Nebraska, for God's sake. You ain't got to be boo-boo paid to live in Nebraska.
No.
Nebraska, mind you. But you still got your faculties. Just go right up into the sunset, be a father to your sons.
And
that being said, if you got to have your taste for boxing, I think you will be an excellent boxing analyst. I think you'll be an even better boxing trainer. As you know, when he ain't boxing, he has been helping some of the young people. And also, he has been working in the camp of Clarissa Shields. So I would like to see him in that space more. Because obviously, he's done a great job with her as well.
And financially, like you said, he ain't really have too much to even worry about, man.
He ain't hurting for nothing.
It's time where he can go off into the sunset and just train some of the younger people. And like you said, Clarissa Shields, man, she a problem herself. So, yeah, I definitely feel like it was the right timing for him, man.
Right. You're future boxing Hall of Fame where people will remember your name. Nothing else to prove to me. So, yeah, congrats to that brother. And to be honest, looking at Earl Spence, I think you should follow suit and retire as well because you are not the same, sir. If you were, you would have had a fight since that fight, and you haven't. It's time for you to wrap it up as well.
That bad accident in that fight made it even worse, man. Because a lot of people thought that Earl. I had people who said that they thought Earl would beat him because Earl and his knockout power, and he didn't show none of that, man. It was the opposite.
It wasn't there anymore.
Like he stole something.
Maybe a few years ago. And unfortunately, like I said, this is bad for boxing because that's one less big draw that you have for boxing. Because right now, you don't have a lot of them. And the bad part about it is the few you do have, they won't have them fight one another. And it's the frustration that is. That's why you got a Jake and Logan Paul out here because they're at least making fights that people kind of want to see. But this ain't the 80s and 90s that we grew up in where all the big fighters fought all the big fighters and wasn't nobody ducking no smoke.
And like you said, I know you're not too big of a fan of USC, but I know for sure that Dana don't let you duck nobody. He is saying
that's the thing. I am a fan of Dana White, however, and he is like that.
Yeah, he make you fight, and if you ain't fighting, you ain't gonna be in the UFC.
Right. If you don't fight him, then you don't keep the belt. Plain and simple.
So yeah, that being said, man, anything else you got to add to the mix?
Okay, shout out also to the Women's Professional Baseball League who had their draft, and I'm looking forward to seeing what that looks like in real time.
Yeah.
That should be a good do. Also, shout out to the women's USA basketball team that's been doing their practices. So now we kind of get a clue as to what we might be looking at in 2028. If that is any indication of what we've been seeing in the practices, we're gonna have a very strong squad.
Yeah, and somebody said this too. I seen a picture the other day with you had Paige, you had Caitlin Clark, and then you had Angel Reese. They was like, man, this picture right here, man, could possibly create world peace.
No doubt. Not to mention, there has been talk behind the scenes that Angel Reese wants out of Chicago, and her place of choice is to go hang down there with Paige. Of course, as you know, the Dallas Wings have the number 1 pick in next year's draft. Paige Beckers, Angel Reese, AZ Fudd. Real interesting.
Yeah, you could tell how things went last year that she wasn't too fond of Chicago, man. I don't think she was happy with Teaspoon not being there. Just a lot of things that, go into play with that too. So I wouldn't be surprised if she definitely wanted to move on, which I understand.
Right. Especially since I do believe Cardoso is joining the new league when they form that league. So yeah, not much to keep her there at this point.
Yeah, I agree. Man, that's a shame.
Very much so. Not to mention Dallas is a little closer to Orlando, where her current boyfriend is playing basketball. So who knows?
Who's her boyfriend again, man? Because I know the son.
Wendell Carter Jr. is who she is said to be dating right now.
Wendell Carter, is that the dude that Nah, I think that he was a little older though, because I remember a kid that was drafted in Chicago Bulls, the Wendell Carter dude. Is that the same dude, or is that they related?
Not sure.
Okay, but yeah, man.
Yeah. But no, that pretty much that's what I got. Do your thing, man. Do your thing.
All right, man. Y'all already know what time it is, man. We appreciate you guys, man. We even doing more stuff on the AI. We got more apps and different things that we about to put out there, and we appreciate y'all from, just checking us out and chiming into the show. You can follow me at Hoovy on Instagram, where I put the breaking news and I put our promos and different things of that nature, of course. Sports Guru to You is where I put my breaking news and like the highlights and scores from around the leagues. And Hugh.Lee6 is my TikTok page where I put promos, put like different things about the podcast and, just promote our brand as well. And I appreciate all the love and the people who've been chiming in and giving us their support too. I would like to say thank you and you're much appreciated.
And I echo those sentiments. Shout out to everybody. Allow me to do a quick promo for y'all right quick. The I Am Nighthawk Pod Show, the initial show on this network we call Nighthawk Network. Last show ever that I'm doing, I Am Nighthawk, will be this Sunday, December 21st at 8 p.m. If you have ever watched the show, if you have ever been a guest on the show, if you basically hate the show, we want all of y'all to tune in. Because bottom line, we got a couple things. One, you will learn what will be the new show in that space after Sunday. But also, I got some final words to say. I got some good things to say. I got some bad things to say. I got some ugly things to say. And more importantly, if y'all got comments to any of what I'm saying on Sunday, I want you to tune in and post them. I'm not going to be no internet bully. I'm coming straight to your face with it. Yes, in some cases, there will be names, okay? I plan on keeping it really real in some of that, okay? So, yeah, definitely tune in. I got people to thank. That dude right there, one of them. I got people to hate on, and I got people to basically cuss the hell out. So, we're going to do it all.
Definitely have popcorn ready for that one.
Definitely bring your popcorn. Because once I'm done, I'm done.
Well, that's it, bro. Like he said, man, this is the holiday season. We just want, even though we all going through a struggle, man, just be thankful and be blessed, man. It could be worse, man. Today, I've been just a little worn out, man, and going through some stuff, man, financially. But at the same time, man, we could be in a worse place than a whole lot of other people. Just blessed that each and every day I get another opportunity to make things better. But at the same time, man, like you said, man, we're here and we got our health and What else can I say? But thank you all and have a blessed night. And hopefully y'all have a happy holiday as well.
Absolutely. Guru Sports Session will be back in January. Looking forward to talking to y'all then. Until next time, America and other places around the world that tune in. Deuces, baby.